And welcome back to another episode of Big Apple Hockey. I do apologize for the audio issues. Hopefully, this is working this time. We're back for another episode of the Final Buzzer with your host, John Flakowski. That's me, government name. When everybody gets back in, hopefully, I'll be able to give more of an update as to what's going on with the. Um, Yeah, if anybody's in here, can you hear me? Now I'm good. All right, thank you, Matt. I appreciate that. Again, I apologize. I don't know why I didn't have audio there. They make you do a sound test and an audio and a video test when you come in. So yeah, I really don't understand what happened there. But yeah, I'll do a little bit of the good, bad, and the ugly here. I'll play the video again because yeah, it just I do not know what happened there. I really don't. Okay, so yeah, now to go through the good, bad, and the ugly because this was not a bad game at all. They played a really good game. I thought. Defensively, it was probably one of their best efforts. Um, they looked really good. I don't know why this is not working. There you go. All right. So that was one of the best defensive efforts I've seen from this team in a while. They really shut down Pittsburgh. They frustrated Evgeny Malkin. They frustrated Sid Crosby, Jake Gensel. I mean, their two goals, one came on a deflection, and the other one was a screen on a power play. They did nothing in even strength, really, aside from that one little kind of a real bad, I guess, a real. I would say it was Adam Fox who should have picked up a man in front, but I'm not. I can't kill him too much for that. Um, yeah, it's really not much bad to talk about, like you're saying, Mike. Really not much bad. A lot of good tonight. Mika Zibanejad gets a point, another point. He's playing well. Um, Chris Kreider. We'll go over some of the other guys in a little bit. Um, some guys that I guess I would want more from. I wanted more from Alexei Lafreniere tonight. I wanted more from Philip Pedal. I thought Barclay Goodrow was decent, but I wanted more from that. And another thing that I actually forgot, and I forgot to make a banner for it actually, was the fourth line was really good. This was the best output we've had from a fourth line in a long time. So Tyler Mott and Johnny Brodzinski in particular were really good together. So I got to give them kudos for that. But to move on from them, Trouba and Miller shine. Trouba was a force. He was the best defenseman on the ice, I thought. And yeah, what a win tonight kind of sums this up, as Mackenzie says. So Mike Kreider's looking like a 70-point player this season. Yeah, he might be. It's kind of like the season that Adam Graves had in 94. He had 52 goals and 79 points. So, but yeah, Trouba was a force. When Trouba plays like this, there's not a lot that Trouba can't do. So, and yeah, Matt, you're right about this. They can compete. It seems they play down to their competition, but they also play up to it as well. So if this is what they're going to bring come playoff time, then yeah, I mean, I like their chances of winning a round. Oh, sorry. Oh, man. I don't know how far they'll go, but I like their chances of winning a round if this is the way they're going to play come playoff time. And I think they match up good against Pittsburgh, too. I think they could give Pittsburgh some fits if they keep playing like this. So, Brandon Schneider cementing a playoff spot. I think this is probably the best game in his career. I thought he looked great against a really good team. I thought that the goal was awesome. Panarin made a great play there. He made a couple of other really good plays defensively, including that sweep check on that 2-on-1. I just thought that play where he came down and made the sweep check, it just was awesome. I was one of the best defensive plays I've seen from a Ranger all year. So really, really good play from Schneider. Up and down, just I thought he was a force too. If Trouba was their best defenseman, I thought Schneider was probably their second best defenseman tonight. Keandre Miller was really good. Adam Fox had a better game, even though the first goal I think was partially his fault. But again, I'm not going to kill him for that. If he was totally out of position, maybe it's another story. But guy got away and got a deflection. So, but yeah, that McKenzie, that was what I was talking about, the sweep check there. So. Yeah, I would love to see Kopp, Mott, and Vetrano stay to Everest. I really would. I think that Vetrano might have just found himself a home. He's got, and speaking of which, that wasn't really my next bullet point, but since we're on it, Vetrano scored his 5th goal in 7 games with the Rangers since coming over at the deadline. 5 in 7 games. That's something else. And here's another stat. 5 of his 15 goals have come with the Rangers. Like, in 7 games. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Oh, man. I mean, what a find he's been. So, yeah, and yeah, it's funny, Matt, you mentioned this, but because I did make a banner about it, but we'll talk about that a little bit. Yeah, but the open nets, we'll like I said, we'll talk about that a little bit. But the Chris Kreider countdown to 50 hits stop number 45. I can't believe this guy has an actual legitimate shot at 50 freaking goals this year. Like, if he gets hot, this team has, 14 games left, I think, now? If he gets hot and gets 9 goals, he could tie Jaromir Jagr's single-season record. Like, really? Right now? Really? Oh, my God, man. Oh. So... yeah, again, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm tired, but I didn't want to do one of these before I went to bed because tomorrow I'm not going to be able to do it. But yes, Vetrano's speed does work well with Mika and Kreider, and play with Brett and reap the rewards. So, Shesterkin was good in this game. He was really good, especially late. So, yeah, Leo. But yeah, if Kreider gets hot, he has a chance to challenge Jagr's single season record. That's something. Never thought I'd say that. And then Panarin with another 2-point game. So it just seems like when Panarin's on, he's on. But that's really the thing with Panarin. He's starting to do a little more at even strength. So that helps. Every bit helps with Artemi Panarin. So we got to take what we can get. The play he made, the play he made on the Braden Schneider goal was just ridiculous. That was a great pass, just like the pass he had in the game against Pittsburgh, the last game where he hit Andrew Kopp with that pass. That pass was ridiculous too. So more of the Artemi Panarin that we know and we love.
That's good.
Yeah, so that's the good. And the only thing I put in the ugly, but I did this in a joking kind of manner, so have some fun with this. But Professor Strome conducted a class on how to not score on open nets late in the game, as Matt was talking about earlier on. So, yeah, that was pretty ugly. But, yes, Yeah, that was pretty great. No, I haven't heard anything about audio lagging from anybody else, Leo. I hope that's not the case. We had audio problems in the last attempt on this, and I had to end the broadcast. So I'm hoping that's not the case this time around. But yes, Strom is a master at missing open nets, but he apparently he rubbed off on the rest of the team. So yeah, so that little it was ugly to watch, but I mean it was kind of funny in a way. I mean if Pittsburgh would have tied the game, I don't think I'd be laughing, but just how do you miss what 4 posts in those 2 minutes? And then I think it was Kasperi Kapanen made a save in front. Whoever went and hugged the post like a goaltender there late on that very last one is just But yeah, so and Christie, yeah, Hadfield, LaRouche, and Messier, because Messier, I believe, hit 47 and 96. So those are the only ones. Hadfield, Rattel, LaRouche, Messier, Gartner, Graves, and Yager are the only ones with more than Kreider in a single season. So Andrew Kopp still with a point streak. Yep. It was Raquel. Okay, sorry. It was Raquel. So, and yeah, that better be the last time they do that this year. That took years. Yeah. I DVR'd this game, so I watched it all in like an hour right when I got home from work. So just wow. Wow. Oh my God. That was even nerve-wracking. Oh man. Nerve-wracking, yeah, to say the least. So we'll do some little Q&A. I'll try to get I'll go to probably like a good 15 minutes of Q&A. So because I do want to get some sleep, and as you can see, I'm tired as hell. So let me go through some of these. Everest asks, do I think Georgiev is gone? Yes, I would be shocked if he is back. They even said so as much. So just gonna go through some others. Andrew Kopp still with the point streak, as Tomas points out. Nice to have both you and your brother in here. Yeah, it just Mike. Same thing with me, Mike. I was cursing up a storm there. So Leo asks thoughts on the World Cup of Hockey and that there won't be any combined teams anymore. The combined teams were cool. The reason why they did it is because they had a bunch of young guys that were under 23 at that time that they wanted to get onto, to get involved. And I totally understand why they did it. It was perfect. And Europe has some weird countries like Slovenia that you were gonna exclude Anze Kopitar from that tournament because nobody else on Slovenia can really play at an NHL level. I mean, it kind of sucks, but that's the reality of it. But I like the World Cup of Hockey coming back. I didn't like the 2016 reincarnation as much as I liked the 96 or the previous Canada Cups. But again, more hockey, A+ for me. So I'm a fan. Tomas, Leo's brother, asks, what would Kopp cost to re-sign? Could he possibly replace Strome? Maybe it's a possibility. I prefer him as a Nick Bonino type, a high-end 3C and third-line center that he could play up on the second line in a pinch. I wonder where his ceiling is offensively. Is he barely a 50-point player? I don't know. I do think that you need center depth to win. I'm not sure if you win a Stanley Cup with Andrew Kopp as a number 2 center. And I like Andrew Kopp. I think he's going to be a very good player for this team if they decide to keep him or if they find a way, because they should keep him. But it's going to be tough. Chris Drury's going to have to get creative. So, Richard, what's going on? Richard asks, is it him or is Hedel playing better? I wanted more out of Hedel tonight. He made a good defensive play late in the game, down low. So, but yeah, I want more out of him. He's very inconsistent. Everest asks, what backup do I see them going after? With Thomas Greiss, I should say. I called him Tomas because I'm talking about Leo and Tomas. Thomas Greiss would be a good one if the price is cheap enough. Maybe Jake Allen, who knows? So, Ariana says, it's been 3 games, but I hope continue to keeping the shot count low. Yes, 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 and yes. And yes. And some more yes. And some more yes on top of that. Did I say yes? Did I mention yes? You want me to say yes again? How about for a 30th time? I don't know. I lost count of how many times I said yes. But this is a great point. Because in the playoffs, you're going to need to play this type of hockey. And it seems like even though they're not scoring a ton at even strength, and they're not getting, they're not flying up and down the ice and getting all those chances off the rush like they were earlier in the season, this is the type of game they're going to have to play come playoff time to win that round. So, yes to this, Ariana. Leo says, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, Leo. And yes, please do like, share, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated by all of us. Mackenzie asking, what does my lineup look like when Strome, Rooney, and Kakko come back? I would say the top line stays intact because I think Vetrano just fits there. He just seems to fit. Then you have the second line, which should be Panarin, Strome, and Kakko. Then the third line should be Kopp, Goudreau, and I would say probably, that's a tough one. Kopp, Goudreau, and Hedel, probably. Or no, Kopp, Goudreau, and Lafreniere. Wow. And then your fourth line could be like Hedel, Rooney, and Hunt. And you could put in, you could rotate in there. This is actually a good question, Mackenzie. I don't think I don't like the fact that Lafreniere is not getting rewarded. I think this was a game tonight where I wanted more from him, but I think his play over the last, I would say, 10 plus games has really kind of warranted him being in the top 6. But I get it. Vetrano fits. You got to do what's best for the team. So, as much as I want to kill Gallant for it, I can't. Grant asks, if not Kopp or Strome, who realistically could they trade for? I don't know who's going to be available. I mean, Mark Scheifele would be the guy who could help offensively, but again, he's not good defensively. Not good defensively at all. So, Goudreau, Rooney, and Mott for a fourth line would definitely be a good one. Yeah, Mott. Sorry, not Hunt. I totally forgot about Mott. Yes, thank you for reminding me. Third line, Laff, Hedel, Kopp. That could be a good one. Bailey Rogers. I'm taking Brodzinski over Hunt. Yes, agreed. What injury does Kakko have? Reported makes it seem like this kid's made of glass. I'm honestly not even sure what it is because they don't really tell you. In the NHL, they're very vague about injuries for whatever reason. So, upper body, lower body, out of body. Who the hell knows anymore? So, yeah, I like a fourth line of Hedel, Mott, and Goudreau. That could work. Oh, it's a wrist injury. So, or it's a wrist injury, as Bailey says. So, Mackenzie asking in the playoffs is Reese playing? No, I would only put him in certain games. He busted his wrist, as Leo says. Tomas says the same thing. He was wearing, at least he was wearing a wrist brace at a game. Yeah, so it's his wrist then. So, but yeah, these things they're very vague about them, and I understand partially why they do it because they don't want players targeting injuries, but at the same time, you gotta just let them play. And you gotta be open about these things. So, but I'll go like another 7 minutes. I'll go to 12:45 Eastern Standard Time over here because I do have to get some sleep. So, pop in some more questions and comments. Let them come through. I know you guys are still out there. With 23 viewers at this time, it's pretty good. Again, thank you all for joining me on that. So I appreciate you hopping on last minute. I got home from work. I get home from work around 10:30 now. I work Tuesday through Saturday, 1 to 10. So I get home around 10:30ish. So, oh, this is the $1,000,000 question right here from Mackenzie. When is Braun going to play over Nemeth? When Gerard Gallant's vapid obsession with Patrick Nemeth ends. So, Leo asks, how do we keep Blay? That's a good question because I don't know if we can keep Blay at this point. Brandon, again, coming in late, but yeah, thanks for joining. I'm going to do another probably about like 5-6 minutes. So, yeah, and Scarecrow, I appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm just tired. I'm trying to muster up the energy to do this. So, but if we have too many players, I don't know why they wouldn't have traded Gauthier. Yeah, this is actually a good point, Mike. You know what? I haven't seen anybody really bring this up, and I totally agree with you. Body counts, Mike. Body counts. So, and Brandon here, yeah, this is a good comment. Nimeth being a staple in the line, it makes zero sense. Makes zero sense to you and I both, my friend. Grant, if we have a healthy Kako and still play Nemeth, as appears to be the case, do we have a chance against Carolina and Florida? Is there a chance? Yeah. I don't know how good of a chance. Carolina really seems to be a problem. Florida with their depth, man. I mean, I like the Rangers' advantage in net in both series, but it's going to be a tough series to win against those two teams. I'll tell you that. So, yeah, I've been calling for this for a long time, Matt, for Lafreniere to get power play one time over Strome, but how do you do that with the second ranked power play? You can't do this. So, Mackenzie, we have 11 million to sign. Kako, Blay plus the UFAs. Yeah, that's going to be tough. You got Strome and Kopp in there, Mott, Kako, Blay. I mean, salary's going to move. Nemeth and Georgiev got to go too. So, Leo asks, can the team win a series from playoff time? And if not, what do we need to see more of be able to win one? I think you need good defense. You need efforts like they played tonight. And I think part of the thing is going to be they have a young team, so maturity. Maturity is going to help. Scarecrow, thank you very much again. I appreciate that. But, yeah, it's just the work schedule sucks. If I can sort things out where I get a new line of work, and I am looking at other opportunities. So hopefully, one of them comes through, and I can get back to normal hours and start doing more of these afterwards. Diane says this team is better without Strome. Sure. I don't know about that. I'm kind of iffy. I don't know. Defensively, maybe. I don't know overall, but Nemeth has great practices. Yes. Yeah, I've heard this before. We are 2-0 against the Canes. No, we are not. We are 1-1 against the Canes, Richard. We have not beaten them twice. We lost them once and beat them once. No, we have not beat the Canes twice this year. Once. We lost them the other time. So, yeah, we're sorry, 3-0 against. No, we're not 3-0 against Florida. We are 2-1 against Florida. No chance for Zach Jones. Yeah, I don't see it, Grant. I like Zach Jones's game. I think he could help against a team like that. You need good puck movers against a team like Carolina, and I don't know. They just don't seem to want to play Zach Jones. I think, honestly, if you had Braun and Schneider, I think they would have a better chance, but Nemeth can't play against Carolina. Mike says Strome has been a productive Ranger for the most part. For last month, he's reverted back to bad Strome. Yeah. Gallant is a big practice guy. Look at the Kravtsov saga. Yeah. And Mark or Anthony, I'm assuming this is Mark because Anthony's probably asleep right now. But saying leave a like for me. I would appreciate that. Yeah, it's probably Mark, Leo. It's probably Mark. I would assume so because Anthony's got 2 young ones. So I'd imagine he's probably asleep right now. Mark is more of a night owl because of his work schedule too. So, yeah. But, I mean, this is a real good game. This was a big one. So, yes. See, I was right. It's Mark. Mackenzie feels the Rangers need home ice. So, yeah. Yeah. I kind of agree. Actually, you know what? I'm kind of agree with you. I absolutely agree with you, Mackenzie. The Rangers definitely need home ice. I think they play that much better at home. And although they're a really good road team, I would rather have that extra game at MSG as opposed to being in Pittsburgh if they're playing Pittsburgh in a 7-game series. Tell you that. Yes, Mark is at least half-mast right now with the way Kreider plays. So, Grant, do I predict that we trade or play Kravtsov? I think he's gone. I would have liked to have seen him at some point this year, so that this way they could kind of build his value up. And I think it would have been best for him and the team. But I don't think that's going to happen now. Yes, like that. Those last 2 minutes were just total agita. Oh man, anxiety out through the roof. Tomas, thoughts on Latunov? Was once a highly regarded prospect, just never developed. Now he's kind of just a peak year age AHL player. If he plays any NHL games, there's probably an injury. So Tomo Reunion probably, if he ends up in the NHL, he's probably a 6th defenseman. I thought that he would be an okay bottom pairing puck mover, but good luck to Tarmo, as long as it's not at the Rangers' expense. So, 14 viewers and 14 likes. I like that. Dan says Rangers in 6. So, I like Rangers in 6. I like Rangers in any amount of games. If it takes 7, I'll take 7, even though that's probably going to be a heart attack waiting for me to happen. I'm probably going to, you know what? I'm going to push this into 1. So another 13 minutes because we're you know, you guys stayed up just like I did. So you guys are definitely worth it. Mackenzie, with how many forwards we have, where is Kravtsov going to play in the 5th line? Yes. That's all I can say to that. Yes. The 5th line. Yeah. I don't know how the 5th line works, but yeah, sure, Kravtsov will be on it because they have way too many forwards. And as Mike said before, they somehow did not deal Julien Gauthier in all of these deals. I mean, I hope that he's a part of a deal in the offseason then. So, because somebody's got to get moved. Oh, yeah, give it up for me. Thank you. Yes. Me saying thank you through yawns. Oh, but yeah. It just, I love doing these. So, can we safely say that Ovechkin is better than Crosby? Are we talking right now or career? Because I don't even know if that's the case right now. Crosby's a point per game player. He is a point per game player still. And he is a much better defensive player. So Ovechkin doing what he's doing is just ridiculous, though, at his age. I mean, I've still got to say Crosby. I still think Crosby right now is probably one of the 10 best players of all time. And I think that he's going to only strengthen that within the next few years because he's going to climb up the points ranking. And sure, Diane might have a point here. No, you can't compare a center with a winger, but that's been the comparison for so many years. Fellow rookies of one of the best rookie classes ever in 2005, 2006, and that's been the debate. That's been the debate here. So Crosby is the 6th best center of all time, Mark says, or 6th best player of all time. Wow, I told you, I'm tired. I'm sorry. Hey, John, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, but Crosby is definitely a top 10 player of all time. He's somewhere between 6 and 10 for me right now, probably. But he's definitely in that top 10. So, yeah, sorry, I'm fighting it. You can just tell I'm fighting this. So, I'll gut out these next 10 minutes for you guys, but and girls. And Scarecrow saying he's got a buddy at work who's a Pens fan. I tell him all the time, ready to Pittsburgh, lay it down. Cannot doubt them. No, I agree. Yeah, you don't sleep on this team, this Pittsburgh team. Rickard Rakell doesn't look like he's fully acclimated to them yet. So, now you just found a way to wake me up. Thank you for this one, Leo, because I actually just tweeted this out. Roman Yossi is on pace for 104 points. That would make him the 6th defenseman in NHL history to score 100 points in a season. As of last night when I tweeted it out, Roman Yossi had an 8-point lead over Cale Makar while playing 2 more games. Cale Makar has 4 other teammates in the top 50 in the NHL scoring. Roman Yossi has only 2 other teammates, Matthew Shane and Philip Forsberg. Roman Yossi leads his team in scoring. Roman Yossi was tied for 8th in league scoring going into tonight. If Roman Yossi is not at the top of your Norris Trophy ballot right now, you're either a Colorado Avalanche fan or you're brain dead or both. There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. There's no argument. I don't want to hear it. And yeah, I think he's in the Hart conversation now. Because if you have a defender that can do this, and not only that, but have the defensive impact that he had, because Roman Yossi is one of the best pure shutdown defenders in the league, too, while he's at it. But Roman Yossi's the guy right now. Remember, Chris Pronger was the last defender to win the Hart. And he won the Norris that year in 2000. And he had a 60-point season. Roman Yossi is even higher in league scoring than Pronger was in his year and has a greater impact on his team than Chris Pronger did in 2000. And he didn't have a fellow Hall of Famer like Al McInnes playing at his side like Pronger did in 2000. Yeah. So, Killjoy, thank you for, I think this is the first time I've seen you, but, yeah. No way am I giving Adam Fox and Norris with Roman Yossi in the season he's had. Calling yourself espresso, bud? You're waking me up now, Leo? That's what we're doing here? Yes, but this one woke me up a bit because this was something that I've been thinking about. I tweeted about it last night. I'm pretty sure both of you guys follow me on Twitter now, so you guys could go and look at the two tweets that I put out. And I put those out very late because I took pre-workout before I worked out last night. And I was up until 3 something in the morning. Yay! That's why I'm exhausted why I am right now. So, pre-workout supplements. Great for energy, bad for sleep. Just remember that. So, yeah, Roman Yossi is having a season of seasons. If he scores 100 points in a season, he's going to be the first defenseman since Ray Bourque in 1994 to score 90 points in a season. That's for sure. But, yeah, Roman Yossi has the ability to become the 6th defenseman in NHL history right now. He has a shot. He has a shot. He has a chance. He really does. I never thought I would see this ever again in my life. When Brian Leetch did it in the first full season that I watched hockey. 91-92 was the first full year that I watched hockey. And I was like, wow, Brian Leetch has 100 points. This is cool. Like, do defenders normally do this? Yeah. Yes. Public service announcement by me. Pre-workout. Great for workouts. Terrible for sleep. Endorsed by me. But Leetch scored 100 points, 102 points in 1992. The Rangers won the President's Trophy. It was Messier's first year with the team. Messier won the Hart. Rangers won the President's Trophy. Leetch won the Norris. But I'll tell you right now, I never thought I would see anybody after that. Then the next year, Phil Housley had 97 points when Teemu Selanne had his amazing record-setting 76-goal rookie season in Winnipeg on that Young Guns line with Alexei Zhamnov, who was a point-per-game player, and Keith Tkachuk. So, yeah. Yeah. I never thought after that. And then Ray Bourque, again in 94, had 90 points. So, yes, Ryan Lindgren having quite the slump. He needs to play better. I thought he was decent tonight, which was a big rebound game for him. But he's been in quite some slump for quite some time. So he had himself a pretty decent game, I would say. And thank you, kind sir. I appreciate that. Mackenzie, if I'm starting a team, who am I taking, Fox or McCarr? Honestly, I got to take Fox. I got to take Fox because unless McCarr's game improves defensively, or I just he's going to be one of those guys that kind of reminds you of Paul Coffey. Amazing skater, brilliant, probably one of the three to five best skaters in the league. But Cale McCarr is just one of those guys who just forsakes defense. And yes, I get it. The offensive impact is so there big time because he has the big shot. He's a great power play quarterback, but so is Adam Fox. Adam Fox doesn't have big shot, but you can work on that shot. You can work on it. It's technique. It's not size. It's not strength. It's technique. So, our man asks, where do I think Kako is going to fit in? I hope it's on the second line, our man. Leo, McCarr at $9 million, Fox at $9.5 million. Yeah, I'm taking Fox at $9.5 million. You know what? Call me biased, but Adam Fox, from what we've seen from Adam Fox up until about, I would say, January, Adam Fox has been the better defender overall than Cale McCarr, and he won the Norris because of that. So. Follow us on, yeah, I think that link might be incomplete, Mark. So, Mackenzie, we're lucky that Fox was a Ranger. Yeah, imagine Fox on that would be bad. We'd probably still have Tony DeAngelo, but that would be bad. John says McCarr is a Rover. Yes, he is. You're right. All right, so I'm gonna end the night on this question from Tomas. So thank you all for putting in your questions, but I'll give out 10 defensemen that I think that are the best in the league in no particular order. Fox, McCarr, Yossi, Hedman. After that, it kind of gets shaky. Ekblad would probably be in my 5. So we got Ekblad. I would say good night, Diane. By the way, I do see this, but Slavin is a really good defenseman. Charlie McAvoy is definitely going to be in my top 10, and I'm biased because I love McAvoy and have family ties to McAvoy, but and he's from Long Beach, so yeah. Charlie is definitely a top 10 for me. Maybe Zach Werenski would be another good one. I'm missing a few. I don't put Pelech in the top 10. And I know, you're a Ranger fan. You're not going to put Pelech in your top 10. Okay, here's the thing. Pelech is one of the 3 best defenders in the league in terms of pure shutdown play. But the offense is not there at all. It's not there at all. He's maybe a 20-point defender. And it just, you have to be the very best. He would have to be a modern day version of Rod Langway defensively to get that type of recognition. So I've already said Hedman. I've already said Yossi. I do agree with Mackenzie here that Jared Spurgeon is underrated. Miro Heiskanen might have a shot at it. Alex Pietrangelo is definitely up there for me. He's a stud on defense. Feel like I'm missing some. John Carlson would probably border on my top 10. just because he's great offensively. He leaves a little defensively to be desired, but he's great offensively. I feel like I'm missing some. I would, you know what's funny? I like Devon Toews more than I like Cale Makar. I really do. I think Devon Toews is a better all-around defender than Cale Makar. But Cale Makar's offense is ridiculous. Devon Toews could probably be a 50-plus point defender on another team where he's the guy that's running the power plays and he's getting the top pairing minutes and so on. So, but yes, Devon Toews is very good. He's an analytics darling. Tomas Chabot, or why did I call him Tomas Chabot? Wow. It's almost as bad as, you know what? At least I have the same name. It's not as bad as Justin Huberdeau. Yes, we were gonna have to mention Justin Huberdeau once before the night ends. But Thomas Chabot, very good defender, but he had one real great year, and it just hasn't been back there. So, Quinn Hughes, I love his offense, but his defense is atrocious. It really is. It's another one that just great puck mover, really doesn't do it for me in his own zone at all. So no, I can't put him in the top 10. But I feel like I'm missing some. Wow. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like I'm missing some. I really do. I would love to give you more. It actually, thank you for giving me the idea now, though. I'm going to do this for the website. As Mark posted before, I'll go back to it, BigAppleHockeyPodcast.com. So I will do a list of my top 10 defensemen on there. Be on the lookout for that and some other articles from us and for other teams as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that. But again, thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. I really do. This is late. You guys are up late with me. This is awesome. If I had the ability in me to do the marathon like I did back on draft night, I would absolutely do it. So, but I just don't have that type of energy tonight. So yeah, thank you all again, and great game for the Rangers. Hopefully they come back with another solid effort. I believe Friday's the next game against the Islanders, if I'm correct. So let's kick some Islander ass on Friday. But thank you all. Remember, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, let's go Rangers.